Hey guys, welcome to Anichat Super Secret Surprise episode where I show up late and everyone runs away because they're terrified of my power. With me today I
I'm
have,
who's stranded in the middle of a blizzard.
yep, and then we have Eric Sue with us today,
Hi.
and then no one else because they're all either, wanking it to the new Pokemon game or just avoiding me. So there's nothing else you could possibly be doing. Absolutely nothing.
Same.
So
So, I suppose the first thing on the agenda is new Pokemon came out. I have it. I haven't put it in my DS. I haven't opened the packaging.
speaking of which, I got interrupted during my download to leave for a 3 hour drive at 59%.
Ooh,
So for three
that bite.
3 hours, I still had 40% left. And I was just like, I want to cry. So,
It makes me sad that um you can't Poke transfer until January
yes,
because you have that shiny Absol that's like level 15. And I would be like, that would be the best thing to start out with, actually.
well, they really don't want you touching last gen, like, at all while you play this
Yeah,
gen. And I'm just like, what are you doing? Like,
let people play the game the way they want to play the game.
yeah, I mean, I was breeding starters so that I could, not get face raped by whatever legendary I ran into first.
Hmm.
Like, I'm sorry that, I don't want to get, gang raped while I have a Rattata and a Bidoof.
Yeah.
Especially with hordes now. SMH.
Yeah, I feel you.
I am like 4 episodes behind on Pokemon The Origin. Did I see The
Um,
Origin? I meant Generations.
Same. Um, I didn't watch last week's, and I haven't watched this week's, but other than that, I'm, you know, caught up.
So, since everyone's probably been wondering where I was last week, I have the bronchitis for the fourth time. Um, let's do a face reveal because of this. Oof, gotta love the gas mask, right? Yeah. So my cough is finally settled down after an entire week. It got its most intense of the entire week this morning, though.
That bites.
Yeah. Um, my psych teacher at first was like, "Are you sure you don't want to take the test before the break?" And I'm like, "I'm feeling kind of death-like, and I already took a test this morning." She's like, "Okay." And then later that class period, she's like, "I think you need to go to the nurse."
And your folks wanted you to go to school.
Yeah. I had to like hardcore try to convince them to let me only go half the day. I still had to go.
I
Like,
see.
yeah, all my teachers were concerned. And I'm just like, yeah, I've missed like 9 days. And right now my grade sucks because of it, but like I feel like the death. So it's like, oh, so speaking of feeling like the death, 2 days ago, first day back, one of the kids at my lunch table goes, "I never see you on League. Are you going to get on League in the next couple of days?" I cough and go, "I'm too tired to play League." The kid looks back at me and says, "How are you too tired to play League?" And I was about ready to throw him over a cliff.
That's funny.
So, according to my friends, I never play League of Legends. I played like 6 ranked games straight last Sunday. Like, I don't know what they're
Oh dear.
talking about. Also, with the new replay system, whenever me and you screw up in like norms, we can send it to Magikarp use Fly now.
Hoo boy. Oh, this could be fun.
So like every time you miss that luck snare and you hear the "God dang it,"
Did you
so
see League of Failures?
the latest one where the guy was like Thresh and he's just like "God dang it, God dang it, God dang it." That
Yep.
Thresh one was amazing. I related because
It,
Thresh has. Continue.
Yeah, I watched it today after I got off work.
Yeah, it's funny because Magikarp Use Fly is not nearly as, funny as like Sky or Donkey, but he's still hilarious.
Yeah,
He's got a very different type of humor than them. Like,
yes,
self-deprecating humor, though.
yeah,
I like how everyone keeps sending him dildos and subscribing him to porn sites. Oh
yes, it's
boy,
great.
oops, I said porn sites and dildos. We're gonna get this taken down.
Shout out to YouTube.
Yep, shout out to YouTube. Shout out to everyone stopping. No one cares about that policy anymore.
Yeah,
It's like, so I think YouTube got the whip backlash and was just like, so should we stop enforcing it? And everyone's like, yep. And YouTube's like, okay. I have no idea what they were thinking. Okay, sure, I'm down for, marking videos PG-13 or for everyone or, MA,
yeah,
right? I'm down for that, but like stripping someone of monetization because they said the H word,
yeah.
that's not okay. I
Mm.
mean, I censor myself, but I'm not everyone. Like as a child, I was raised that bad words were bad, so stuck with me. So I
Mm.
have like not everyone has that virtue. I'm sorry, YouTube. This is at the 1960s.
Oh dear.
So at the table the other day, we
Mm.
had a discussion about was it really gay? This was the topic. And one of the things was apparently like two girls were like cross-dressing men. And my friend goes, so is that actually straight because they're attracted to the male, phys- physical appearance of each other? Or is it just super gay in different ways, more than one? And I sat there and was like, how far have we fallen that we have to ask this question?
Oh dear.
So yeah, before we get attacked by Tumblrites, let's move on.
So Gil and I are current on KGO, guys.
Oh yes, Keijo is so good. Oh my god, like you think it's gonna be tier harem ecchi trash. Well, you're wrong. It's actually pretty good shonen for 2000 shonen, for that matter.
For the fact that it's definitely etchy,
Hmm.
it's really well done.
Um, like I know I say this a lot, but the same can be said with Free. When I was going into Keijo and Free, I literally just expected like boobs and like abs. And while I got boobs and abs, I got much more than I expected. No, Free is
Yes.
very,
Um, Surprisingly enough, the characters are really well done in both of the shows.
yeah, they're distinct enough to be like, oh, look, it's not a tropey character that I see every 5 seconds in SAO.
Well, yeah. I mean, KGO just sits there and laughs in the face of tropes.
Yep. I like how Free just introduces a bunch of unorthodox ones and just rolls with them.
Yeah.
They're both shows that know what they are, and
Mm.
that's I think that's what makes them so much better than like some of the other ecchis.
Yeah.
Oof. Shout out to Free starting because this animation studio wanted to show they could animate water well. That is literally the reason Free was created.
That's pretty great.
Yep. Oh man. Ugh. Shout out to Haru. Like I feel like if Haru went to like a Keijo like tournament, he'd like jump into the water and just start swimming.
Oh dear.
Oh, shout out to the Keijo Elite yandere chick with pink hair not actually being a lesbian.
Yep.
So like me and Alex are sitting down and after watching like 5 episodes, we are convinced that all the elite chicks are lesbians, right? Well, post the main characters who seem to be the straightest as they get are raised to the elite rank. We are revealed that one of the elites isn't actually gay. Oh, and there's one elite chick who just loves boys love. I forgot to mention that. Right?
Yep.
So we're like, ooh, two elite chicks that aren't gay. We, we were in shock that we paused the video. Essentially, it was like, so they're in Kyoto, and the girl goes, what should we do? And Yandere goes, we should go get laid, essentially.
Yep.
And they're like, I don't think that's going to work. And she's like, why? And they're like, because one of us is shy, and Best Girl is absolutely terrified of talking to men she doesn't know. And I'm
Right.
like,
Then all the girls go off their separate ways and do random crap in groups. Right. They get back on the bus, and the instructor's like, "All right, we're gonna go through this strict training regimen and everything." It's over. All the girls, and they're all frowning except for the yandere chick who's just smiling away. And it's like, someone got laid.
yep, that undoubtedly she picked up like 3 different guys. She got an hour for each. It's a 3 hour break, man. You can get a lot accomplished by then.
Oh man.
Oh yeah. Shout out to Best Girl actually buying katanas.
Yes. Like 6 of them.
Yep. They're all Sasaki length, and she bought 6 of them, proving she is Sasaki Gilgamesh. Oh
Ooh,
man. Oof, Best Girl. Oof. It's rare you get a Best Girl in a show like that.
yeah.
Oh, and then best facial expressions of 2K16 goes to white haired girl because she's always done. Oh, poor her.
It's funny because the fight scenes are totally ridiculous.
Yep.
It always just pans to like either she's in the background or she's listening to someone explain something, and she's just so done.
She's like, this is bullcrap every time. And I think it helps that she's like a judo master. So she's just like, I've heard some stuff, but this is bull. Oof, man. Yeah, oof. Okay, Joe, please. Oh, man. So we've also been watching Steins Gate. Kira's not here, so we can't finish it. We could have finished it tonight.
Rip.
Um, Steins Gate. Anyone didn't know? Uh, Me and Alex were finishing up Eden of the East, and Alex is like, "Let's go watch another Superphone show called Mirai Nikki. You haven't seen it yet, and I plan on rewatching it." I'm like, "Okay." No, we watch it about like 2 episodes in. I'm like, "Alex, I know a better Superphone show." And he's like, "Oh," and I'm like, "It's Steins Gate. You'll love it." 3 episodes in, Alex goes, "Showing Choma is my life."
Yep.
Ironic.
Actually, my life though.
That's because Steins Gate is so god tier. Like compared to Mirai Nikki, holy crap. Oof.
Well, again, Mirai Nikki is so much better when you're like 13 and like this is the edgiest anime I've ever seen.
Which is funny because I was 13 when I watched Steins Gate. And I was just,
I don't know, man.
when I watched Steins Gate at 13, Mayuri dying every episode, like, oof, oh my goodness. That is not something you just show a 13-year-old kid.
Yeah.
Warning, Steins Gate is not for a younger audience. Like, it doesn't get as graphic as Mirai Nikki, which is ironic since Steins Gate is a seinen and Mirai Nikki is a shonen. But
Well, Mirai Nikki just lives on the edge though.
oh my god, Mirai Nikki needs Jesus. Yeah, I think that's actually funny that Steins Gate is actually safer for work than Mirai Nikki, but Steins Gate is in the seinen demographic, and then Mirai Nikki's the shonen demographic.
Yeah.
Oof. Shout out to Steins Gate dub, by the way.
Oh yeah, it's well done.
So the Okabe's voice actor is known for playing the most flamboyant characters in anime. Like he is like notorious for just playing flamboyant characters. It's fantastic. He's got the voice to pull it off. I don't think there's any English voice actor I could think of that could do like Hyoin Kyoma like that.
I
Like
get you.
man. Um oof. Did you ever watch Durarara dubbed?
Maybe, but
It's
only the first season. Because keep in mind, I haven't seen the second season.
there's 4 seasons out. It's over. Like,
Oh, okay.
and it's all dubbed.
Oh, I like the first season.
Basically, um they try really hard to make the teenagers interesting after season one.
Okay.
Everyone else gets more screen time, which is nice, and they introduce a ton of new characters. But yeah. Anyways, the Durarara dub's fantastic. You've heard Bleach dubbed, right?
Yes.
You know Ichigo's voice actor?
Mm-hmm.
He's Izaya,
Okay.
and when you hear him as Izaya, you will be like, "Holy Jesus!"
Okay.
He sells Izaya for me. Actually, he's also
All right.
Lelouch. I watched Code Geass subbed once
Mm-hmm.
in anime class, well, not anime class, anime club, and I was just like, wow, that was not nearly as good as everyone said it was. Doesn't continue.
Rip.
Because the first episode was like, okay. It's like really, what's the term? I felt like it was like an entire arc in one episode of MC
Hmm.
just being like, oh, I'm a super genius. Oh, I hate the government. Oh, I am now Sasuke Uchiha.
Well.
Because in the first episode, he like goes through so much in like 5 seconds.
Okay.
I don't know. This was like 4 years ago, so maybe I'm remembering it wrong. But yeah, it felt like. Oof. Speaking of Anime Club, another thing that happened in Anime Club is I showed everyone Fate Stay Night, Dean's Stay Night, to be specific,
It's the
and
best way to do it.
I made them watch it dubbed, and they all screamed at me, and so they made me change it to sub, and after I changed it to sub, they're like, "Oh, this isn't actually bad," and I was just like laughing. I was just like, "Oh man, y'all are savage." And then the vice president goes, "I like this Lancer guy. He seems cool," as he's stabbing Shiro in the chest.
Ku is the dankest.
Ku is actually Saberface confirmed. Has like 12,000 copies of himself.
Same.
He's like Gilgamesh when it comes to that. You don't get Gilgamesh clones. You don't get Ku Kulain clone. No, 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 no. You get Ku Kulain and Gilgamesh. You don't get the clones. You get them.
Yes. Like low key Caster Gill when
Yeah, I need it in my life. Oof. He better just be Gilgamesh shooting Bait of Babylon while he enhances his weapons with like a grimoire. That sounds so broken. Just adding secondary effects to all his noble phantasms.
yeah.
And he's summoned in the caster class, and everyone's just like, why is this caster soloing?
Same. It's the worst class. Why?
Saber goes in, and she's like, God dang it, he's back again. And now he's beating me while he's a caster.
Gill's just ticked off because he got summoned into the lowest tier class.
Yep. If it was Proto Gil, he'd high key just kill his master. You dare imply that the King of Heroes deserves anything less than Saber? Stab. See, I impaled you with this sword. Does that not deem me worthy of Saber? Stab. There's another sword. How many swords do I need to prove that I'm a safe stab? Meanwhile, Master is just full of holes.
Right. So we got Ku from Fate Stay Night, Extra, Caster Ku, Berserker Ku, Prisma Ilia Ku, Prototype Ku.
You got Kid Gil. You got Evil Kid Gil. You got Adult Gil. You have CCC Gil. You have Prototype Gil. You have Fem Gil.
Yes.
Oof. Oof. Type Moon Boys. Too many. Oh, man. It's funny because in most cases, the females are vastly superior to their male counterparts in Type Moon. And then Gilgamesh comes along and Saber's just like, I'm so done.
Oh dear.
Speaking of which, we've never actually thrown shade at Saber like we do in private that we do in call. Like we've never actually been like how Saber just underestimates everyone that comes her way. She's just like,
Well, she does. Like, low key, she's really, well, maybe not
she's
really high tier, but she's pretty high tier in terms of servants. But, like, because of this, she just goes into every fight with the mentality that, oh, if you're not a Knight of the Round table or a Saber, you're garbage, and why can you even keep pace with me?
so speaking of which, in two Grail Wars in the row, she fights the weakest servant and gets pushed back martially and is just like, what the crap? The first one has not even a nuke noble phantasm, Diarmu. And the second one doesn't even have a noble phantasm.
Oh, dear.
She fights Diarmid and she's just like, why? He's not even a saber, you know? And then she's just like, okay, I got this. I got this. He's not as fast as me. Actually, faster. I can Prana Burst. He's not as fast as me. Prana Burst right into his second spear. God dang it. Saber like has multiple noble phantasms, but forgets that other people have more than one.
Yes.
You know,
That's
she
because,
fight.
generally speaking, uh, that servants don't have more than one noble phantasm. Just when you get high tier, they have like three or more.
Famous weapons and famous things. OB. Or when she's fighting Sasaki and she sees him and she's just like, okay, he's like this scrawny Japanese guy. I got this. Gets deflected. What the crap? I should be faster and stronger than him. And Sasaki's just like, oh, you didn't get decapitated? Well, that's a surprise. I just thought, Westerners just swung their swords everywhere. Saber gets uber salty. She goes at him again. She gets deflected again. And she's just like, he's not even a night glass.
Yep.
And she's just like, okay, I'll just 1v1 him. And then she gets her instinct and she's like, I'm going to die. Leaves.
Yep.
So, what is the moral of the story? Do not prana burst into a yellow spear, or a red spear, or a sword, or a berserker, or a Gilgamesh. Or, like, actually, don't prana burst into any battle. That is actually a really bad idea because you get too fast. You get, like, Sanic speeds, and then you get, knocked in the face. Or it can be like in Dean Stay Night when Berserkules picks her up by her foot and slams her into the ground 6 times.
Yep.
Shout out to that scene, by the way, where Saber's just being like thrown around like a rag doll, and Saber's just like, I hate my life so much.
It's funny because Saber can't even kill Berserkules without a nuke.
Yep. Oof, man. Oh, poor old Saber. It's even better when humans fight her. Cough, cough, Suichiro. And she's just like, okay, now that's bullcrap.
It's funny because uh, Saber's like, all right, I'm gonna go for your master, right? Sorichiro just freaking head smashes her,
Yep. Oof.
and Saber's just like, I'm so done with this.
I like how Saber gets more progressively done with Girl Wars as she goes on. She's just like, so, the fifth Holy Grail War, she's like, I still want the Grail, but I'm done with all the crap Tsugu put me through. And there were some monsters last Grail War. Holy God. And, she gets into this one, and she fights Berserkules, and she's just like, here we go again.
Oh dear.
Oh, man. That's why I love the Saber memes, because when Saber is just standing there, she looks so salty all the time.
It's because she is always.
Yep. Shout out to the salt. Oh, man. Saber-chan.
It's funny because it even translates to the derpy AF Grand Order comic.
Hmm.
Like every time Saber shows up, she's just like, I'm so done with this.
Saber's face is always salty in the Grand Order comic. It never changes.
I know.
Ugh.
Oh dear.
In the Grand Order comic, all of Gudako's servants are always perpetually pissed off. Except for
Yako is a walking nightmare.
like freaking Kiyohime. That's like the only servant I can think of who's not like always angry when she's around Gudako.
Oh dear.
Oof, man. Oh, oh, oh. Grand Order, please. I can't wait for Enkidu. Oof, the hype.
Yeah,
I say I can't wait for Enkidu when I really mean I can't wait till Arai rolls Enkidu and then I use him as a support.
same.
Anyone who doesn't know, Arai is this guy who since the beginning of the game had a max Berserkules with a max Zelrich. In fact, he became the meme amongst us of the actual guy who runs Grand Order.
Yes.
Like, God, Arai, please. I swear to God, Arai is just a handle for Nasu. Freaking level 100 Berserkules. He has 4 max Zelrich. 4. 4.
I don't even have one.
I,
And I played this game since launch.
I, I, I can't. So, there's memes about how people who roll 2 5 stars in one roll need to be shot. Well, my alt is capable of doing this. I rolled Mog and John in the same roll.
Doesn't your ult have a NP2 waiver?
NP3.
What?
I've rolled 2 4 stars and I've rolled like 6 5 stars. That alt is like that alt is something. Oh my goodness. Let's see if I can. Oh no. Did I forget it? I think I forgot my phone with my alt account on it.
I forget. So I've been using Jack the Ripper in Grand Order, and Jack the Ripper is so good. Holy crap.
Yes. Also, I found the phone. Yeah, so
Like,
uh,
under the right circumstances, Jakku hits like in Skaha.
yes, but Skahak is just essentially if they broke Jakku and Akita.
Yeah, it's removed all of her credibility and just gave her damage instead.
Mm-hmm. Ugh, Skahak will never get a strengthening quest. She'll get a weakening quest.
Weakening Quest removes Skaha's bullcrap that makes her do way too much damage.
The fact that Skahak can do like 200k on average without buffs is
Yes.
it's atrocious. Like if you she actually perfect counters Gilgamesh, which pisses me off
Yeah.
because uh there's various reasons, but she can hit like 700k on Gil if she really tries.
Yes.
Anyone doesn't know 200k is a lot of damage.
Hmm.
Um,
Like a lot of damage.
yeah,
200k chunks most N tier bosses
yep.
really hard. Like I think the final boss of Camelot had like 600k HP,
I was like, it might. I think it was like 58 to be 58, 580k. I think in specific.
something like that. It was close to 600.
Yeah, which makes if she wasn't a Lancer, I could have just used Robin Hood and that fight would have been over.
Um, I whipped out my Siegfried because Siegfried perfect counters,
Oh,
even though Siegfried is garbage.
I used Attila to beat her.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Attila was actually my back line, and she like two shot Rama because she like buff crit herself, I don't twice, and then busted.
Hmm.
And I was just like, can you not do this, please?
It would be nice if that boss didn't just laugh at your buffs.
Yes.
Like, oh, you're invulnerable? Watch as I nuke your party and kill you.
Invulnerable and evades aren't even good these days. It makes me cry.
Yeah.
Ugh, man. So you know what's funny? Ushi's perfect counter is Sasaki, and one of Ushi Wakamaru's skills is like swift-footed swallow.
That's funny.
Yep. I'm just like get wrecked. Ugh, where's Sasaki Saber, Diarmuid Saber, and Caster Gilgamesh?
Sasaki Saber 3-star.
Yeah, I'd be down for that, man. Like, oof. Give him cool new animations.
Yeah,
Ugh, man.
I have Gawain and Nero, and they're both level 1.
I have Nero, and I got her like a couple weeks ago, and I leveled Nero, and I leveled what's her face? Nursery Rhyme. And you rolled both of them before me in like 3 days.
Yep.
So Yashiro was complaining that all my leads in all the phone games we play together are like typical. And I'm like, my leading support characters are not typical. And he says, shut up, Mr. Francis Drake. So I changed it to Ramses on the spot and told him to STFU.
It's funny because I think in the current meta, Ramses is better, even though Eldrac is crazy good.
That's because Ramses is really team friendly.
Yeah, well, not only that, but uh, Granddaughter is really single target NP focused right now.
Yeah, that's because they're trying to move away from AoEs. They're really hitting AoEs hard. Like, oof.
It doesn't help that like every time they release a new 5-star with an AoE, their Noble Phantasms suck.
The last good one was TNA Berserker.
Yes, and that was like spring.
Yeah, and hers was still like falling below the margin.
Yes,
They're really scared to make Gilgamesh and Karna and characters like that OP, even though they're like some of the most broken characters in the Nasuverse.
yeah. Karna low key needs buffs.
Karna is
Like,
Gilgamesh before.
but like canonically, he's Gilgamesh tier, and his NP is like really weak right now.
He's a he's a Gilgamesh before Gilgamesh got his buff.
Yes, that's
Current
actually pretty accurate.
um
I mean, his kit operates a little differently,
that's
and
because
he has a higher attack stat than Gilgamesh. But yeah, other than that,
but that's just because but current Gil is God right now.
yes,
Like they just need to lift his NP just a little bit higher and he'll be best unit. Like
yeah,
he's competing with like Alter John and then like Skahawk with like Jakku, Akita, and a couple others following right below that.
yeah.
But there's not much competition for Gil.
I mean, I got Jakku during the summer, and like literally just the past couple days is the only time I really started using Jakku seriously, and I'm like, holy crap, Jakku, why are you so much better than all of my other units? You're not even max. You're just 81.
Let's see. My last 5-star was Iliaspiel, who's a lackluster 5-star.
Well, she single target nukes really hard, but that's about it.
Yeah, but then she has to take a 2-turn debuff.
But her last skill can cure that.
Yes, potentially, but that last skill has like the accuracy of like a blind monk being poisoned by Teemo. God,
Fair enough.
like my poor Ilia. I think I might level Kuro next because I'm lazy and like she's level 60.
Hmm.
And then it's gonna be like Kuro, then Irisfeel, then Kintoki because Kintoki is Swag Toki. Like also, my Pokemon download's almost done. I'm hype.
Nice. Yeah. They also buffed Emiya so hard recently.
That's because
It's
Emiya
like
was
over the past couple months, it's just been, oh, let's buff Emiya. Next update, let's buff Emiya. Next update, let's buff Emiya.
That's because they want to put Emiya in as many gotchas as they can, and they want people to actually want to roll for him.
It's
Like they're
fun because I picked Emiya as my free. They gave out free golds way back in the day.
mhm.
Like any 4-star you wanted, I'm like Emiya. Yes.
Emiya. Everyone
Um,
was choosing Emiya and Siegfried, and I didn't want to be a like. I totally went hipster out and just chose Martha, and then that was the best decision of my life.
well, Martha's really good.
So then, like, finally, a couple months ago, like 5 months ago, I finally rolled my first Martha that wasn't free. So now I have a level 2 NP. And then, like, immediately after that, I rolled Martha in the swimsuit gotcha. And I'm like, Martha, it's destiny.
Uh, they buffed Emiya super hard. Like he's so good right now.
Yeah, they did the same thing to Martha when they were first doing the buffing.
Hmm.
Because, like, Martha was, like, lackluster at first, and now she's just, like, God tier. And that
Yeah.
makes me happy. Ooh, Martha, my girl.
I
Mm.
mean, like it used to be that Emiya just didn't do. Um, he used to like low tier jack of all trades for a gold, and now he's just so good.
Yep. They also kind of buffed him so they could buff Kuro.
Yeah.
I mean,
Um,
high key.
but like like they increased the scalings on his self buff, made it affect his NP. You know,
Mhm.
changed his clairvoyance to just this god tier crit up skill. That's just so good.
Clairvoyance should probably be an ability that lets you pierce evade, but whatever.
Yeah. Like when they buffed his clairvoyance, it's such a hard buff. They multiplied the original effectiveness by 3 and gave it a secondary effect.
Yeah, they've been doing that a lot with a lot of abilities lately.
But like that is a crazy buff.
Yes. So I'm trying to think of like one of the ones I was thinking of recently. Gil got like an instant MP charge,
Hmm.
uh, which just adds to his godliness.
Yeah.
Let's see, they did a lot of like big ones. They gave they essentially doubled Elizabeth Bathory's charisma and made it like super good. Um, but yeah, no, Elizabeth currently is the only one with an upgraded charisma to special charisma.
Didn't they upgrade mobs?
Is Mom's charisma? Yeah, it is, isn't it? I keep forgetting that's not like total horniness,
Well, it is now.
but well, yeah, but I always forget that she's a queen and not some sort of prostitute. Oh, if anyone doesn't know, in Mauve and Fergus's backstory, they used to smash behind their spouses' backs. And if you're wondering why they did this, it's because their spouses could not sexually satisfy them. Fergus would need to have sex with 7 women, and Mauve would need to have sex with 14 men before she was satisfied.
Kilts, though.
Yeah, and so Fergus and Mauve were forced into a situation where they only could have sex with each other if they wanted to feel satisfied at the end of the day.
They super buffed mob's charisma. Like they increased the base scalings on it, made it also buff all men, and gave it an HP recover.
That's because Mauve sucked.
Well, just that one switch does quite a bit for Mob.
Yes, I have her, so I know. Remember, she's on my alt with John. I have John on both accounts. Holy crap.
I have no rulers, not one.
I have all but one.
I cry.
No one wants Shiriko Tamine, though. Let's
Munagi
be.
wants Kotomine.
Who's Munagi?
Oh dear.
Uh, oh, man.
Low-key, the only reason why I would want Shiro Kotomine is because he uses black keys.
Uh, apparently, Kirei was not too fond of Shiro. Like, they didn't even talk, even though they were adopted brothers.
He's an actual saint and you're a sadist. Kirei.
At least Kirei isn't a wife beater, even though he abuses women. He's got his priorities straight. He held back his urges long enough so that he didn't kill his wife.
Oh dear.
Anyone who's unaware, Kirei Kutamine is notorious for beating up women. Like, he does this on a regular basis.
It's we need like a montage of that.
Yeah, every time he's just punched a woman or stabbed them in the back or,
Yep.
impaled them or crushed their chest in with his foot. If you are a woman who is not his wife or his daughter, and you are an Emiya, you will be beaten up by Kirei Kutamine at one point in time.
Oh dear.
Like, oh man, imagine Servant Tier Kirei Kotomine just beating up people. Like, across the board. Just Van Helsing, Kirei Kotomine.
White sponge. Black keys backstab.
Yep.
Throws like 6 black keys.
I really want that Van Helsing Kirei. And it's just like, I want to heal you, but I want to beat you up. You know, he beats you up, heals you, and beats you up again.
Same.
Like, one of his abilities should be like, heals you, but lowers your defense. So he can punch you harder next time.
Oh dear.
Like, Kiriko Tamine, though, man, we've almost hit an hour. Once we hit an hour, we can, like, start to wind down.
Boy.
We're in the final stretch of 15 minutes. You ready?
Boy.
Okay. So let's see. We've gone over most of the stuff we wanted to talk about. That's unusual.
Yeah.
Um, let's see. Carnival Phantasm. Um,
It's basically the best thing ever.
yes. Let's see. We just started watching again. I still want that Shiro Neko arc team combo in the next Melty Blood, where they're stranded on the island. Like their whole mission is to get off the island, but they keep running into the girls who are trying to fight over Shiki for the with volleyball. Like that should be his entire arcade mode. And his final boss is Shiki, and he's just like, I am so sick of your crap. I just want to go home. Oh boy, Alex is typing.
Yeah, Elko's is about D&D.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought Alco was alcoing about art styles again. Because Alco gets pretty savage when it comes to art styles. So it doesn't get them out. Or anyways.
You want to know who they need to put back in the gotcha?
So,
Rogue Skander.
oh no, he's Gilgamesh Part 3. If you're wondering who Gilgamesh Part 2 is, it's Kentucky.
Same.
Yes! Pokemon Sun has been finally finished being installed.
Fabulous.
Ugh, man. Let's see. So how am I going to transfer my Ash Greninja?
You talk to the professor in the demo.
Okay.
Yep.
I know they've said something about it, but I played the demo like 3 weeks ago.
I gotcha. Shout out to them basically giving Broskander Prana Burst.
Yep. First scanner buffs are really hard.
Oh, he's so good. I put him with Martha and Eldrax, and they just move so hard.
Mm-hmm.
Because you got Martha's click on defense down, you know, uh, Tarask AoE defense down, Ionian Hittyroi AoE defense down, and then, Eldrac just, I'm going to blow you up after, you Broskander gets Prana Burst, military tactics, Voyager of the Storm, and Charisma all at the same time.
Mm.
Like, you just nuke so hard. Because you have one target that, has 3 defense downs, and Eldrac just blows them up.
Yep. Oh, Frenzy's Drake Bay. Hmm. Time to start up Pokemon Sun. Ooh, I'm
So,
getting.
um, Extella Material uh, has leaked information on Robin Hood,
Mhm.
which means, you know, they're probably going to throw Green Tea in as DLC character.
Mhm. That's hype. Like, super hype. Especially since Robin Hood's legit. Like, oof. I why the first 3 weeks is DLC though?
Huh.
Like, if they do this, they're probably gonna make Francis Drake and a Nursery Rhyme DLC too, which is like, why rip the first 3 weeks?
Um, that's a good question, honestly. Because both Alice and Robin Hood showed up in CCC.
Mhm. Remember back when Francis Drake came out in Grand Order and we are like, she's a 5-star.
We're never gonna roll Eldrac. Both proceed to roll Eldrac.
Yep. Ah, those are the days. Back when I used to cry myself to sleep every time I rolled in the Grand Order Gotcha.
I have like 150 quartz saved up for um
Garugamesh.
uh, for the promised gotcha of tomorrow. And it's funny because like the last three gotchas have been like, why would I even roll in this?
I
You
have
know,
been
uh, you,
holding
you,
my
you right
continue.
right now it's rerun Christmas gotcha. I literally already have everything in rerun Christmas gotcha. I have Jakku, who's the 5-star. I have Martha. I have Nursery Rhyme, and I have Marie Antoinette. Those are the 4 stars. And then, yes, I have all the 3 stars. Let's be honest here. Then before that was Knights of the Round Table Gotcha Part 3. I got everything I wanted Knights of the Round Table in Round 2, so no reason to roll on that.
Mhm.
And, before that was. What was it before that?
Extella Gotcha?
Oh, yeah, Extella Gotcha. Um, and that wasn't really a rate up, though. It was,
Yeah.
oh, these servants, if you roll golds.
Hmm. I'm trying to think of a unique trainer name for me this time. I don't want to go with Death. That sounds too dark for a children's game. I always go with a different name each generation. Oof. Um, hmm, Daisuke. Maybe Healing Kyoma. Meanwhile, I log in, I go on global, Japanese kids see my name and they're like, why is this American kid naming himself a popular name in Japan?
Same.
So, since I name a lot of my stuff after my Bleach OC, Tatsuo, and
Hmm,
in his nickname, I make sure it's always Tats.
okay.
You have to fear the Tats. I should name the next one Tat so it can be like Ashen's.
Oh, dear.
Okay, guys, we've hit the 1 hour mark, so our super secret episode can come to an end now. Sorry, guys, that we weren't here last week. We'll try to make up
Yep.
for it next week. And with me today, I had Arixu
Heyo.
and myself. So that's it, folks. See you next week. Sorry about the disappointment.